We cannot expect to have a healthy relationship with someone else when we don't have a healthy relationship with ourselves. You think because you're hiding your darkest secrets, the insecurities you have, the impurities you have, all to yourself, that it won't reflect in your outside world? All of that's going to come back to you. And this is why this current age of dating in the Western society, people go through so many terrible relationships. People have trust issues. People don't know what to believe because they have a terrible relationship with themselves. Yes, it starts from within. It starts from within. We're out here looking for an external relationship when the relationship eternally is terrible. It happens in the inside world first before it happens on the outside. And whatever comes to you on the outside is because you have a terrible inside. And I'm not saying you're a terrible person. It's just the fact that we need work. And I'm not saying you have to perfect yourself before you get into a relationship, but you should know what you qualify for with your characteristics, with your skills, your strengths and weaknesses. But I see in today's society, people just want to get the best of the best when they're not even at half of their greatest self. They're not even working towards their greatest self. See, self-love is the highest form of self-development. Self-love is the highest form of self-care. Self-care is self-development. Once you develop yourself, and once you practice that love for thyself, other people will start to love you. You'll have a whole new aura about yourself, and people will just gravitate towards you. My father always told me, whatever you try to chase, it runs away from you. When you turn your back and start pushing your focus forward, that's when they follow. And you could use this same saying in many aspects of life. You could use it for attracting women or a mate, man, whatever you're into. You could use it for business opportunities, and you could just use it as a way to keep you clear and focus on developing yourself. I talk a lot about self-love because a lot of the issues we have is because people don't really love themselves. And when you don't love yourself, it's hard for you to believe in yourself. It's hard for you to have confidence. It's hard for you to have courage because you don't have self-love. It's not because you were raised differently. It's not because you're a black sheep. It's not because something is wrong with you. It's because you don't practice self-love. And it's not your fault because this society is teaching individuals to be selfless, right? And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with being selfless, but there's an art to doing it, just like with anything else. I say you have to become selfish first to become the most selfless, because a man who's a friend of everyone is an enemy to himself. And that's what I take when I hear people saying, oh, you should be selfless. You should be more selfless. You should give more. And it's be these same people who are behind your back talking to therapists, crying themselves to sleep at night because they don't value themselves first. Even on the airplane, they teach you to put your own mask on first before helping someone else's. But in society, we're helping someone else put their mask on first while we suffocate, while we die. You cannot be an enemy to yourself any longer. It's not bad that you take that whole day off to yourself. You don't want to talk to anyone. That's not a negative thing. Don't let anyone talk you out of practicing self-love. Don't let people tell you you're vain. Don't let people tell you that, oh, you're obsessed with yourself. They low-key wish they could value themselves that much. People who say these sly things, they say it out of spite because they secretly don't value themselves. When you start loving yourself, and loving yourself is not the same as being selfish. Let me just make that clear. Loving yourself means you're taking care of your hygiene, you're working out, you're watching what you think, You're watching what you put in your mouth. You're valuing your time. Your boys hit you up saying, yo, we gotta go to the club right now. They gonna be baddies there. They gonna be girls there. We about to get fly. We gotta go shopping, XYZ. But you just hit them like, nah, bro. I'm working towards something right now. I'm stacking some money, and I'm working out. I'm on a diet. I can't really drink that much. I gotta stay focused. Some will respect that. Some will try to bait you and getting you to go out, getting you drunk. You get drunk, you go back home, you don't have no energy to work, and now the next day you're hungover and now you still don't have energy to work. So you missing out on how many hours of work just because you don't put yourself first. You're scared to say no. Self-love comes in saying no as well. You have to learn how to say no. And then when you learn how to say no, you will never have a problem saying yes. See, the people who say yes all the time, they have a problem saying no. You see how things work? Everybody's a yes man and yes woman nowadays, except when it comes to them. You know? They're quick to say yes about certain things, but like, oh nah, I'm studying for this test. I'm about to put in an extra 3 hours at work today, bro. I got to cancel on you. People value their friendship, their relationship with their friends, rather than the relationship they have with themselves. This is just for you to wake up on how people are misleading you. People are slowly guiding you down the wrong path. And it's pushing you away from what really matters. That party they're inviting you won't matter next year. You know, that money you're going to spend on that trip won't matter next year. It will matter unless, you know, your finances ain't good. But the thing is, you have to practice the self-love in all aspects of your life. Spiritual practice, relationships, health, finance, all that. That's a form of self-love. I don't want you to think love is all some hard eyes and I love you, baby, I love you. That's not the only type of love, family. Everyone talking about relationships and all that shit. How about the love you have for yourself? You scared to say you love yourself out loud because people think you're arrogant? Man, you have to say that so people could start loving themselves more. Loving yourself and you could love yourself and love someone else at the same time. I feel like people think you can't do that. But it's only when you love yourself the most is when you'll receive the most love from everybody else. And we're going to get more onto that with the videos I got coming up. But value your time, value your energy, and value where you place your attention. Because we all got the same 24 hours. It all comes down to how you're using them. Don't blame the other man or woman on where they're at, because they value themselves. And I'm telling you, you could value yourself as well. Wake up, start loving yourself, keep your head up high, and let's grow. More studios out. 1.